How many of you struggle with planning, saving, and budgeting for a vacation? Well, in this video, I'm sharing with you how I saved for my San Juan, Puerto Rico girls trip this summer, how we planned what to do, where I saved my money, and how much I spent on vacation. So, if this is the type of content that you're interested in learning about, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you join the Edupreneur Diaries community. Hello, everyone. I'm Kimberly. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. If this is your first time here, I hope that you find this content helpful, and I would love to have you drop a key emoji in the comments to let me know that you are a newbie to my channel. On this channel, we talk about ways to unlock your financial freedom by incorporating planning, productivity, and personal finance into your daily routine so that you can level up your life and live the life that you truly deserve. You are more than welcome to follow me on Instagram as well, where I share additional tips and inspiration around the same 3 skills. And I am excited to announce that I have a new e-commerce website that officially launches on July the 1st. But you can visit my site right now to take a sneak peek, grab a freebie, and sign up for my monthly newsletters. Okay, so let's jump into the content, and I will tell you guys how I planned for my vacation to San Juan, Puerto Rico, which took place on June the 4th through the 9th. Okay, we're going to start out with planning early. Now, for me, we plan a year in advance, and by we, I mean my friends and I. These are middle school and high school friends. We plan a vacation. We try to do it every year. This is the first year we've done a vacation since COVID, so we were excited about that, but we plan early. While we're on vacation, we typically are talking about where we want to go next. And then we decide on a date. It's typically going to be summer because, a couple of us are teachers, and that's just the best time for us. I will say this year we traveled in June versus July, and I like that better. I like getting out of school and going on vacation right away versus waiting. So I think we'll probably stick to that. So plan early and choose a date. The next thing is, I would say, finding where we want to stay. So that can be an Airbnb or it can be a resort. Now, typically for us, each person may have a duty as far as, who's going to get the flight together, who's going to get the hotel together, who's going to get the activities together. This year, one person kind of did everything, and all we did was cash out her the money. So that's how we did that. But for the Airbnb, that's typically how we stay when we travel. I prefer the Airbnbs because of the space. Each person can have their own room. This year we stayed in a resort, which I loved. So I don't know, I'm kind of torn between, the resort and the Airbnb, but we'll see where we stay next summer. So find out where you want to stay. And of course, what we do there is we divide the total amount by the number of people going. Now, our resort cost us the most this year because the number of people that we thought were going didn't end up going. So most of our money went to the resort. All right, the flight. Okay, so typically we look on Google Flights, or we may look Southwest, Delta, or some of the other apps where you can find cheap flights. We just kind of make sure that we keep checking the flights on a weekly basis or even a daily basis, just to see if the flights go down. And then when they go down, we try to just book as soon as possible. So somebody will book all of the flights on their credit card, and we will just cash out the person or whatever. The next one is the hotel. Now, since none of us live by each other, we typically choose to fly out of Atlanta, which means we all need to meet up the day before and spend the night at a hotel, and then we get on a plane the next morning. So I'm in Georgia, but I'm in South Georgia, so I have to drive up to Atlanta. Another friend was coming from Houston, so she flew into Houston. And then another friend came in from Mississippi. She flew in from Mississippi. So that's how that goes. We do one night in a hotel in Atlanta, and then we get up the next morning and fly out. And then we decide on what excursions or activities we want to do while we are there. Now, we may decide to just play it, day by day and just choose what we want to do that day. Or we may decide to go ahead and plan to do a couple of things and book it early and go ahead and pay for it. So that's kind of how we plan for our vacations. When we're booking the activities, we can use TripAdvisor, or we may even use Airbnb. They typically have activities within their app that you can book. So those are the top two places where we decide what we want to do. Now for me, I try to make sure I save at least $2,000 each year for my trip. And I save my funds in my SoFi account. SoFi has something called vaults, and that is where I hold most of my sinking funds. I actually did a video on SoFi vault sinking funds. I will link that in the description below if you want more details about that. But I do love SoFi, and I do love that you can set up different sinking funds. Now this year, I don't want to say I didn't have a budget, but like I said, it was a little bit different this year because it had been 2 years since we traveled. I knew I had the money and, more than enough actually that I needed. So I wasn't really concerned too much about how much I spent. But I did stay under budget, just to let you know. And I'm going to break this down for you in just a second. So how much did I spend? So here is my spending diary for San Juan, Puerto Rico. The flight round trip was $439.60. We actually booked the flight separate, so I did a one-way because we were trying to see if we could get cheaper flights, but it was like $219 one way. So anyway, that's the total. The Atlanta hotel for one night was $75. Now this is divided by 3 people. It should have been 5 or 6 people, but it ended up being 3 people. So $75. Now, we actually, when we got to Atlanta, we didn't like the original hotel. And so we actually canceled it and booked another hotel, which is a little bit more expensive. Okay. Next, the resort. Now, this is where most of our money went. We did 4 nights in San Juan, Puerto Rico, $647. Again, this is divided by 3 people. The luggage, we flew Delta, so Delta has a policy, $30 per bag for your carry-on. So we had to do $30 going to Puerto Rico and $30 coming back. Now I did try to do a carry-on and put everything in one bag, but that did not work for me. So I ended up having to take a bigger bag, and so my luggage cost round trip was $60. I took $200 in cash, and I did spend the entire $200. I did not come home with any cash, and the cash went towards riding the ferry. It also, we rode the ferry to the Bacardi factory, which was pretty nice. It also went toward a taxi from the airport to the resort. It went toward souvenirs, a little shopping, and food as we walked around. You get thirsty, you want a snack, so that's kind of where the $200 in cash went towards. Next, we have Uber. We took Uber a lot to get around. It wasn't that expensive to take an Uber. We just kind of took turns, getting an Uber for each other, or somebody would cash out the other person or whatever. But I spent $27.84 on Ubers throughout the time frame there. And then next we have food. For food, I spent $220.60. Now this food is mostly like the restaurants, okay? And mind you, everything is on a credit card, so it's very easy for me to go back and see what I spent. And then I also kept my receipts. Gas was $118.39. So I got a tank of gas before I drove up to Atlanta, and then a tank of gas coming back, or when I got back home. And then other, I think I went to Walgreens or somewhere and purchased some things. So that was $27.85. So my grand total that I spent for my vacation this summer was $1,816.28, which is under my $2,000 budget. So I think I'm going to, start saving for next summer. The goal is to save $2,000, and then we'll kind of go from there and see what's needed. It may be the same price. It may not be. I may need more money. We are going to probably go to Jamaica next summer. So if any of you watching have any tips about Jamaica, your favorite spots, y'all let me know in the comments below. Also, drop a key emoji and comment below and let me know, are you planning for a vacation, or did you just return from a vacation? If so, let us know how you plan for vacation, where you save your money, and what is your budget, okay? So share that information below so that we can have a conversation. Now, I am one of those people that believes you can pay off debt and still go on vacation somewhere, even if it's not far. Even if you are just saving $25 a week, it may take you a while to save what you need. But I do believe that it is okay to go on a vacation. You may just have to, not go as far as you want to go. It may be, 2 hours away. But I do recommend that you plan in advance, that you start saving early, and that you have some type of plan so that you don't overspend. Now, if you do have credit cards, don't forget to take advantage of those credit card points. You can possibly get your flights for free. I did not use my points for this trip. I used my points for something else, but you can take advantage of those credit card points if you have credit cards. You guys know, for me, I put everything on credit card, so I'm just constantly building up my points. If you need a way to track your daily spending, check out my money diary freebie. This is a digital download that you can put inside your binder or inside your art notebook, whatever type of notebook that you have, and you can keep track of your daily spending. You can keep track of your spending on vacation or however you want to use the sheet. So check the description below to download my freebie. Also, don't forget, I have several hardcover diaries available right now on Amazon. The list is on the screen of all the diaries that are available. Look out for my vacation diary coming soon. As always, if you made it this far in the video, go ahead, like this video, subscribe to support my channel, and hit the notification bell so that you know every time Edupreneur Diaries posts a new video. Thanks for watching.